Hello dear friend, welcome to lesson number 2 of 3ds Max. In this lesson, we'll be learning about a standard primitives. So before we start and go to standard primitives, let us adjust the grid so that whatever we'll be making with respect to measurement. So Alt W to maximize the screen, and then I'll go to, because right now if you go and check this grid, you will see that S for snap, you will see on your right hand side it is around 10,000. So I'll go to tools, I'll go to grid and snap setting. In this home grid, I'm going to make this as, let's say, 100. So now my each grid on this is 100. You can see on right hand side, and the unit which you will be working in will be millimeter. Now when you are working in 3ds Max, because since you are working, every viewport is got a description on the top. Right now we are working on top view. So if you go on keyboard and if you press V, you go to the views, and if you go and press F, you can see you will go to the front view. So V stands for the view, and whatever view you want to go, you have to click initial alphabet of it. So for example, if I want to go to the top view, I'll say VT. So you can see that you have gone to the top view. So let us start one by one these small commands, and before starting, here you have a arc rotate. If you can see it, if you click it, you can see a circle, and then pressing the selection button on the mouse, you drag it so that you can make it a 3D view. So now you have created a 3D view, you can see it, and by pressing the scroll bar, you can pan it. Now as we know that each box is of 100 mm, and then we'll start making one by one our command. So let us start with the box. I've gone to the box, and I'll have to drag it, selection 1, and I'm going to the selection 2. I'll leave it, and then I'll go up and I'll create the box. So you can see that I have created a box of length 1000, width, height 300, and length, that is length, this one is 100. Now let's say that you want to make some changes. So you just have to click this modify button on the top, and then you can make changes over here. So instead, if you want a height of 400, you just have to reselect it, and you just have to write 400. You can see the height is changed from 300 to 400. So this is how you have created the box. Similarly, we'll make one more box. You can see, for example, let us create a box of 500 by 500, or let us say 500 by 500. You can see it has come 500 by 500 exactly, and then height, let us keep it 100. So I'll go up and I'll say 100. So you can see that box is being created of 500 by 500 by 100. So this is how we have created a box. Similarly, we can go and check other commands. Let us go a cone. For a cone, you are making a base. You'll be making a base, and always remember the first selection is always a drag. So when you are selecting the first point, you should not leave the finger from the selection button, and you should drag it. When you reach to a destination, leave it, you go up and then create selection. So this is how you have created a cone. Again, go to the cone. The first thing is the base selection. Second thing is you come up. This is the height. And third thing is that the top radius. So for making a cone, you need a bottom radius, upper radius, and the height. So similarly, when you go to the modify here, you can make a changes here. For example, height, you need let us say 1500. You can see, let us say that this top of the cone you want it as a pointed. So you will go to the radius 2 and you will make it 0. So you can see that you have created a cone with a pointed nose. So this is all about the standard primitives and cone. Let us go to the next one, that is a sphere. For a sphere, I am dragging it. You can see I have created a sphere. F3 for shade, F4 with shade and the edges. So this is what a sphere looks like. It's got a radius. Now if you see in your modify panel, there is a called as a hemisphere. So if you try to increase it, you can see that it is reducing from the bottom. So hemisphere will cut it from the bottom till it goes to the up, and this is radius and this is about the segment to make it more smooth. So this is about the sphere. Similarly, you have a geosphere. In a geosphere, the difference between the sphere and geosphere is about its structure. You can see that there is a triangular faces, whereas here you have a rectangle and square faces. With this, you have a segments, how much smooth you want, and then you have a different options, because if you go to the third option, it makes more smooth. With this, it is a hemisphere, or if you want to make it a hemisphere, how much smooth you want. So these all options are related to the sphere. Also this part, which is a segment, this will, as you increase, your sphere will be more smooth. Let us go to the next one, that is a cylinder. For a cylinder, you need a base. So first is a radius, you are making the base radius, you can see it, and then leave it, move the selection, go up. This is a height selection. So always remember, the first two selection, that is selection 1 and selection 2, is always a dragging. You should not move after putting a selection in selection 1, and when you go to the selection 2, that is a drag point. See, selection 1, I will not move the finger from the mouse, I will drag it, I will leave the mouse, I will leave my finger, and then I will go and create a height. So again, if you want to modify, go to the modify panel, and here you can give a radius, let us say 150, height you want to give, let us say 1000, or sorry 1000, this is 1000. So this is how you create a height for the cylinder. Also very interesting thing in cylinder is that if you go and check little bit, go on the top view, see how you are using the arc rotate. You just have to go and click orbit, and then you just click it in this way. Okay, now this is my cylinder. If I go to slice on, and if I select the slice on, I can slice it from the 0 to the degree I want it. For example, if I say that I want to slice it from 0 to 90 degree, you can see that part of my cylinder will be cut of degree 90. So similarly, if I say 180, it will be cut at 180 degree. So this is all about the cylinder. Let us go to the next one. We have a torus. Torus is nothing but it is a tube. I will create it. It is a tube with a radius. Now if I go to the top of the torus, for a top I have gone to the V, and then I have clicked a top T. So if you go, also remember that since we'll be doing 3ds Max, we'll be using some command from our toolbar also. So if you want to move this, you just have to go and click this move, and then you can move the torus. But before moving the torus, switch off the snap, that is you have to click again this snap, and then you can move it. So this is all about the torus. Torus has got a two circle. This is one circle which has got a radius, and another radius is from this point to this point. So if I go and click here, you can see there is a radius 1 and radius 2. The radius 1 is from this point to this point. So let us make a round figure of 3000, and also let us increase or decrease this radius. Now this radius is 304. If I make it 250, you can see it will be little slimmer. And also if you go a little bit closer, you can give a segment to make it more smooth. Also a sides, now you can see this is related to the side. If you give a side, it will be more smooth. So this is all about the torus. Again, if you slice it, you can actually slice it with from 0 to any degree. Let us say if I slice it from 0 to 15 degree, you can see that it has cut at angle of 15 degree. So this is all about the torus. Again, you have a pyramid. Pyramid is nothing. First it will create a base, and this apex you can take it up later on. So in pyramid you have a length and you have a width, that is width and depth. So let us go and make it a round figure of 3000, and let us say making it 2000. So this is how you have created a pyramid of width of 3000 and depth of 2000. Also you can give some height also. Let's make a height of 3500. So this is how you have created a pyramid. So another thing is about the teapot. Teapot is nothing but when you make it, it comes with certain parameters, like for example body, handles, spout and lid. If you don't want a body, you can click it out. You can handle if you don't want it. Basically this is just an object where you can put up a light and see its property and all. So this is just a default, it comes as a teapot. Another thing is a plane, which is nothing but a base. So plane will help you to create a ground level. So I'm just creating it. You just need to drag it from one point to another point. So this is all about a plane, where you can give its length and you can give width. You have this length segment and width segment. This is related to the modeling. So when we go ahead with our classes, we'll be learning more about its modeling aspect. So this is all about standard primitives, which was a part of lesson 2 of 3ds Max. I hope you have enjoyed the class. If you have any questions, please do ask. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining the class. Hello dear friends, thank you for watching my practicals. I hope you have enjoyed the practical. If you have liked my practical, kindly subscribe. In YouTube search, you can write Engineer Nasir AutoCAD. This is my channel and you can subscribe. There are other lot of softwares also you can learn in this channel, which is related to the mechanical, civil and graphics. So keep in touch and enjoy the practicals. Have a good day.